Okay, they're going to put up our website. As I introduce myself, my name is Judy Minage, originally from Maragoli. And I've lived in America for 30 years. So I've lived more years in America than I've lived in Kenya. And Janet, that you see, we lived in the same city for a long time before she moved to Texas. So we all went to Seventh-day Adventist, which is Loma Linda University. And she went to UCLA, great person. And as we sat and talked, one of the things that came over and over and over again between me and Janet was simple. What do we do to help our people? How can we give back? What can we do? You know, God has blessed us. We've left Kenya, we've gone to America, we've managed to get whatever we want. And yet, when we looked around, one of the things I noticed was Africa is not represented on the international marketplace. And every time I would go to meetings, United Nations, the US State Department, I'm loud, I talk loud. So I'm like, how come you're only giving this to this and World Bank? All your grants to Africa, guess who's getting them? Indians. Kenyan Indians are the ones who are getting all your scholarships. Why? Why? Because none of you guys is applying for them. And I would, because they are coming, and they are coming in full force. So that's how we opened our organization. It hasn't gone up, it's not coming in. If you're on your phone, go on our website. It's www.atleinc.org. O-R-G. www.atle Africa Trade Link and Expo.org. O-R-G. Americans will put more O-R-G than just O-R. And when you see our mission is to link Africa to the international marketplace, and vice versa. We'll look for opportunities that are out there that are needed in Africa, and we bring those opportunities. So we are a non-profit organization, and our goal is really to help, to make sure that we give you as many opportunities, to expose you to as many opportunities as possible. And I did an interview yesterday with Chamwada, a news person, and one of the things I said, I'm not here to say that all Africans need to be in America or Canada. America is not for everybody. But there is some of you who want to explore out. And I was one of those people. When I was a little girl, I went to Mukumu Primary School. I always dreamt that I'm in America. I would tell my dad, when am I going to go to America? He's like, you finish high school first. You know? And everything America just really focused on. And after I finished high school, sure enough, I made it happen. So what I'm saying right now is, if you want something so bad, and if you put it your first priority, you're gonna get it. And am I lying? No. If you want it that bad, you're gonna get it. So you're gonna get whatever it is. If you want it that bad, you're gonna get it. The Monday and Tuesday, I brought an American company in town. We were down here in town doing NCLEX training for nurses. Why nursing? Why nursing? With our president, Mr. T, I have so many people who call me and they talk to me. They don't want you to go with your spouse. They don't want you to go with your wife. They don't want you to go with your husband. What kind of life is that? Yet themselves have their wives with them. That is annoying. So that's why when we look at those kind of things, and you can be annoyed and go crazy, but one of the things we say, what can I, Judy, do so that I can educate people so they can make better, they can make calculated decisions on where to focus to go. So as I was saying about the nurses, once you pass the NCLEX exam, the recruiting agencies will get you to recruiting agencies. They will file your immigration visa and you will be on your way to America. Nurses are making in Kenya about 30,000 to 100,000. In America, you're going to start off with $500,000 to 1 million shillings a month. Is that an opportunity some of you want to do? So that comes to question number 2. And I have been calling the universities everywhere, and I'm saying the international market has a shortage of nurses. Why are we training so many teachers and them staying 5 years before getting placement? When Africa Trade Link is saying, if you train these people as nurses and the Kenya government can't absorb them, we can find them a place on the international marketplace. England is looking for positions. Some of you will say, some of the men in here, they come to me, they say, I don't want to be a nurse. No. Listen, what I've learned in life, it took me a long time. When you come to America, most of us who went to America, I went to school. I graduated from the University of California, San Bernardino. And then from there, I did my master's. And my master's in social work. I'm a psychotherapist by profession. And maybe that's where my kind heart comes in. Being a social worker, we are always trying to see, how can you help people? How can you help people? And I think because of my background, that's what brings me here today. Just coming back to, what can I do so that I can give my people information so they can have the same opportunities I've had? I'm almost retiring. I went to school with scholarships. And one of the things I realized Africa doesn't do good, the same thing I'm telling you about World Bank. We can talk. We like deals. The West does not do deals. Don't pay 100,000. Somebody lied to you, give me 100,000. I'm going to get you your visa. They're lying. That's how you know a scam from a real person. Like when we were doing the nursing training, people are like, how do I know you guys are not scam? I said, what scam artist tells you to read, puts you in the classroom setting for 3 months? Have you seen scam artists tell you sit in the classroom and you're reviewing anatomy and physiology and you're doing all these classes? Going to the nursing board to say, we have enough people, give Kenya sites. But you guys have to help. You have to help, because you can go there and talk like I went to World Bank and I said, how come you're only giving the Indians? They're like, where are the black people? Where are they? So if you guys don't make that effort to do those classes, if you don't make effort to do that, then it becomes impossible for us on the other side to be your number one advocates. But if we know you are there and you're right behind and doing the right thing, then we are going to become your number one advocates in terms of what we can influence the policymakers over there to do to make it better for you guys. But if we don't have representation, you can go and talk and go blue because they say, I don't see the numbers. And for the West, in America, 1 + 1 is 2. You guys always like to make 1 + 1 to be 5. It doesn't work. It does not work in America. And back on the nursing, if you're in the university right now and you're majoring in history, you're majoring in geography, what kind of job are you going to get? You have to think of, what career do I do so I can put bread on the table? Once you get bread on the table, then you can go ahead and do anything else you want to do. And my daughter always say, no, Mom, you are just from the old school. I say, honey, let me tell you, if you don't put food on your table, you're on your own. I say, in America, in the medical doctor, nursing, those areas, you won't lack a job. And the pay is reasonable. And even in Kenya, I mean, Europe, the same. Australia, they're looking for nurses. Everywhere else, they're looking for nurses. So, if you just got a good grade in biology, why not go? And they're admitting from a diploma. You don't even have to have a degree to qualify for the visa. It's a 2-year or 3-year. It's a 3-year program. So in fact, yesterday I sent some people who have Bs who can go straight to the university. I said, if I were you, it's up to you. But if I were you, I'll go to the MTC, do the program, and then call me so we can move you along. Because you don't want to come to America with a visiting visa, unless you have a lot of money. And we have those programs. Africa Trade League, we have programs. If you want to come October, I'll put you on I'll petition, I'll go to the embassy and get you a visa. It's $3,900 for 10 days. If you're interested, let me know, because October I will put you on that. I have a good relationship with the American Embassy here. I will get you in and you'll get your visa and you'll be in California at Disneyland for all those tours. But I know some of us struggle, and pleasure is not where we are. We are looking for survival. So what I say, go do that program. And one of the things we are going to do with the nursing, if you're in school, we are going to see how we can capture those people in school so that we start training them, because we realize that Americans will talk a little different. We all talk English, but their tonation is different. And then the way of thinking is different. And the way of schooling is a little different, because in Kenya, I think we do a lot of comprehensions. In America, they want you to ace it. They want you to know the critical thinking. What is the meaning behind this? Not how much can you memorize. You have to be able to eliminate some of the things to pass. And that goes to the even DV visa she was talking about, the entry visa. One of the things that people do, they go on with incomplete information. In Canada, in America, you put in an application that is incomplete. Guess what? Like as simple as your date of birth. I have seen this over and over. You ask a Kenyan, oh, right, fill for me this form. You look at the form and you're like, oh my goodness. He says, invalid. And your application is thrown away. So you're sitting home, hoping and hoping that your application went through, and they just trashed it, because they're not going to waste their time with incomplete applications. One of the things, and if you go on our website, one of the things we really say, there's 4 things that I've observed, that if you guys can take that into consideration, it's going to make a big difference. All these things you can do by yourself. You don't need us. You can do everything by yourself. But at the same time, sometimes being in 2 different systems, you reach a place you say, I really don't understand. If you've never lived in America, or you've never gone out, or you don't understand how the other people think, then you may get confused. So that's where we come in and say, seeking a job. When I ask somebody, give me an application, give me your resume. You know what the resume looks like half of the time? I came from a peasant family, and my mother is poor, and my dad was never there. You think the employer cares about that? They don't. White people don't care about that. Let me just put it to you straight. They're looking for an employee. If I'm looking for an employee, what kind of person am I looking for? Do you have the skill? Can you do this? You are IT. What kind of IT? Are you based in security? Are you in security malware? What kind of IT are you? So go be descriptive about what you do in that IT. Cut off all your poorness and your peasantness. They're not interested. If they like you, they're going to pay you. That will take care of all your poverty. That will take care of all your poverty. So listen, the first step, put this down. I want you guys to listen to these steps. yourself if you listen to what I do. Step number 1 to succeed on the international market: read. Read and read. I've said it 4 times. Our people, we get tired to read. Why do I say you read? Because when they ask questions, they want to see, do you comprehend? Can you put 1 and 2 together so that you answer their question? The second part of it, communication. Communicate well. I don't know what happened with Africa, but as I've trained going to Nigeria, in Malawi, and in Kenya, as we've gotten groups together, one of the things I see all the time, we are confrontational. Why? Why do you do this and why that and blah, 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 blah. You know what the white people do? Curtain, close, done. They don't have to tolerate you. Who is in need? You or them? You can ask a hard question in a diplomatic way. Africa, we are not good with diplomacy. Asians have taken over America through diplomacy. They go like this, you think they're stupid, yes. And the Americans have given them all the blueprints. They are now in charge of all manufacturing in the world.